Biden ordered a halt to Russian oil, gas, and coal imports, and a warning from Ukraine that radioactive substances could be released from the Chernobyl nuclear power plant because it cannot cool spent nuclear fuel after its power connection was severed. Russia is in control of that facility. We're going to have more on that very important development here in just a moment. And after Ukraine and Russia agreed on a ceasefire to evacuate civilians from 6 locations, we're getting reports that heavy weapons fire has erupted along some of the routes. In one of the cities under discussion, Sumy, 5,000 civilians have been able to evacuate, but only after 21 people were killed by Russian airstrikes, and that included 2 children.
Yeah, the fighting has been ferocious there. This drone video shows a Russian military vehicle destroyed in a battle with Ukrainian troops. Elsewhere, we have this eyewitness video. It's a Russian military armored train from Crimea moving into Ukraine's Kherson region. It's 9 cars long. It has at least 2 apparent gunner cars. You can see the letter Z painted on some of the cars. That's Russian propaganda. Also, in southern Ukraine, heavy shelling and explosions overnight in the city of Mykolaiv. Let me show you where that is right here. Mykolaiv has been under attack, fierce attack. Ukrainian forces are blocking Russian advancement into the port city by piling tires at every entrance to the city to be set on fire in case of an attack. Right now, the Russians remain in control, the Ukrainians remain in control of Mykolaiv, but it has been coming under very heavy bombardment. All right, right now, I want to go to the Deputy Mayor of Mariupol in Ukraine, Sergei Orlov. Sergei, Mr. Deputy Mayor, your city has been under constant attack, all but surrounded by Russian troops. I know there were talks about a corridor to let civilians out. Any evidence of that working this morning?
Yeah, today is our 5th attempt to provide humanitarian corridor, and we know that no previous attempt was successful. So we hope that this one will be successful, but there is about 3 p.m. in Ukraine, but we still do not move near Mariupol. So we start our procedure to move trucks with humanitarian goods and buses from Zaporizhia to Mariupol, but unfortunately they are still not near Mariupol because under continuous shelling on the way. And also there is no ceasefire, any ceasefire in Mariupol. Mariupol is under continuous shelling from the artillery and bombing each hour, each minute, each second.
I understand yesterday was the digging of what you call the first mass grave in the city. What can you tell us about that?
The numbers are really awful, and we faced with genocide. Up to yesterday, we had confirmed 1,207 victims, I mean dead people who were killed by this war. That's not just usual death, that's only who was killed by shelling and artillery. And we really cannot calculate how many deaths we have. I mean, it's 3 to 4 times more. So we are not able even to count how many people on streets are killed by bombing and artillery. It's truth, and it's real genocide and war crimes. We're absolutely sure.
I hadn't heard that number before. You're saying at least 1,200 killed in Mariupol?
Yes, it's official numbers for yesterday of our police office, but I think the numbers are 3 to 4 times more. It's civil people. They were killed on the streets.
And these are not fighters. These are just civilians.
Yes, yes.
How have you been able to keep the Russians out of your city?
I don't know. Our Ukrainian army is very brave and defeat our city from the earth, but we told it many times we are not able to protect our lives, civil lives, while attacking from the air. Just yesterday we had a lot of cases of bombing of Russian aircraft, from Russian aircraft, and you should understand that it's unmanaged bomb. So this night they totally destroyed our biggest steel plant, Azovstal. It's even not existent and cannot open anymore, never.
What about food? What about water?
For last 1 or 2 days we moved to semi-Asian period, so there is no water, electricity, heating, gas supply, sanitary system, so people just collecting wood on the street, making fire, and use snow to melt it to water. So it's an awful situation, and I cannot imagine in my mind that it's possible in 21st century, but it's true.
You're melting snow to make water. I
Yeah.
know you'd spoken to my colleagues the other day and said you haven't been able to reach your parents. Do you know that your family's okay?
Yeah, situation did not change. The district where they live is flattened, and I'm not sure that I cannot see them anymore, but I hope and pray that they are alive.
But you don't know that your parents are alive?
No, for 8 years. Or for 8 days, excuse me.
8 days now. You don't know if your parents are alive. Deputy Mayor, how long, given this situation?
This district does not exist anymore. There is no any building without damage or destroyment. This Levobережny district, 130,000 citizens live there. There is no any building without damages or destroyed building.
And Deputy Mayor, how long can you hold out under these circumstances?
I don't know. It's an awful issue. I mean, from the point of view of our brave army, it could last up to the last bullet, but the humanitarian situation is awful. At least 3,000 infants do not receive food because their mothers do not have milk, and we don't have child food. So I don't know how many days it's possible to keep the city.
Deputy Mayor Sergei Orlov of Mariupol, listen, I'm praying for your parents. I hope your family's okay, and we're all thinking about your city. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.